A deadly mass shooting attack in several parts of central Israel. Jody Cohen is outside IDF headquarters in Tel Aviv with new information. Hello, Jody.
Hi, John. So one person has been killed and 5 injured in a terror attack in multiple locations across central Israel. The shooter was also killed, and Prime Minister Netanyahu praised the police and local security teams for their response. In addition, the IDF say that they struck Hezbollah in Beirut in response to ongoing Hezbollah missiles and drones fired at northern Israel. And we're hearing this could be a targeted assassination. The latest development comes after the IDF said this morning that they intercepted Hezbollah rockets and that an Israeli soldier was killed by a Hezbollah drone despite the renewed ceasefire announced last week. Here's Netanyahu addressing the Hezbollah attacks and today's terror attack.
We are striking them very hard, and we know Hezbollah is on the run. We will not allow firing at our territory or communities, and we will act accordingly.
Saudi media is reporting that Israel informed the US ahead of striking Beirut. And President Trump told NBC's Meet the Press he is not demanding that Lebanon is part of any interim deal with Iran. Meanwhile, Iran's Security Council is convening an emergency meeting to discuss the latest developments. This comes after the US shot down Iranian drones in the Strait of Hormuz, after President Trump said that he would only lift sanctions on Iran after a deal, and after Trump suggested that he is seeking stricter nuclear terms. Reporting live from Tel Aviv, Jody Cohen, Newsmax.
Great stuff. Jody, any new news on the latest on the indirect talks between U.S. and Iran to potentially end this war?
So President Trump seems hopeful still that a deal will be reached, but we're actually just hearing that a senior Iranian MP has warned that there's going to be what he called a painful response to Israel's strikes on Hezbollah in Beirut. And he said to watch out for that tonight. And who knows how that might impact things. We know that Iran wants to tie Lebanon to an Iran deal. Lebanon's President Aoun has told Iran to stop using Lebanon as a bargaining chip in their negotiations with the United States. And Trump has said that Lebanon is not part of this deal, but Iran now at this stage has no choice but to accept a deal.
As usual, great stuff. Thank you so much, Jody Cohen.
Thank you.
Joining me now, former National Security Council Chief of Staff under President Trump, Fred Fleitz, along with U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub, and Senate Chairman for the National Iranian Congress, Amir Fakhravar. Fred, President Trump speaking about the status of peace deal negotiations in a new interview. Take a look at this.
I think they can't believe they're in the situation where they've been virtually decapitated.
But if they're so desperate, Mr. President, why haven't they said yes to the terms you're proposing?
Strong, they're proud. There are things they never thought they'd be doing that they're going to have to do.
Fred, what do you think? You've been in these rooms for these talks on other issues, of course. What's the predicament we're in?
This was an important interview in which the president laid down some conditions we haven't heard before. One of them is there's going to be no release of assets. There's going to be no sanctions relief until a deal is concluded. I think the president is saying to the Iranians right now, you're not going to wait me out. You're not going to force a deal before the election. You make a deal now, or we will simply proceed with the extreme economic pressure on your country. And we've seen Trump negotiate this way before. When you negotiate with the North Koreans, they had a deal first before they get concessions. The president also said there's not going to be a link to Lebanon. So if those are the conditions of the Iranians, the economic pain is going to continue to be severe. And the president, I think, may take military action, possibly after the election.
Got it. Right now, Pakistan's interior minister is over there in Iran, supposedly to mediate a new round of peace talks. Amir, what makes us think any of these things will be different this time around?
Thank you for having me. It's not going to be any different. The Iranian regime for the last half a century. That was their tactic, to just negotiate and delay and delay and lie and delay and negotiate and just get the money. During the Obama administration, yeah, they were successful to get a lot of money. And right now they are trying, but as President Trump mentioned, thankfully, President Trump is not Obama, and he's not going to give them any money. And President Trump just wants to get as easy as possible that enriched uranium. And this is the only things. And then after that, we the Iranian people, I'm talking about the 100 million Iranians, 10 million outside, 90 million inside the country. We know that regime is gone. And they are not proud. I'm disagree with that part President mentioned. The people who are in charge are the small group of fanatic mullahs. They don't have any other place to go. And the only place President Trump can help them to go is hell. And he should send them to hell. And we are not talking about the boots on the ground.
Don't hold back.
Just kill them all.
I did want to bring this up. U.S. forces just struck surveillance radar sites near the Strait of Hormuz, but the House just passed a war powers resolution to try and limit the president's military capabilities. Darren, it's like one step forward, two step back, it seems.
Yeah, it seems like it's been like that for a while, John. But ultimately, as Amir mentioned, and I think Fred mentioned too, this is ultimately turned from a military endeavor into a diplomatic endeavor surrounded by economics, and that's going to take a lot longer to work itself out. And Trump's been patient to let that economics take place, and these things are going to happen. You know, Iran's going to fire something and hoping that they get a response out of the U.S. or out of Israel that'll give them the excuse to inflame things and expand things as well with whatever military they have left. And that's their goal, is to exhaust us, to outweight us, and to just basically survive and continue on with what they're doing already. I don't know that it's going to work this time, as their economics take such a significant pummeling. But in the end, it's our choice whether or not we want kinetic or not go kinetic, because we've decimated their military that we know they can't really do anything to us. It's our choice to not do something to them at this point and let the economic measures take effect.
Hey, Fred, I want to ask you the final question here, because I know you've been in these rooms, and the left's come up with this taco thing that Trump always chickens out. I think it's really thoughtful patience, to the Lieutenant Colonel's point. I think Trump is playing it really smart with them right now. What do you think, Fred?
I think that's right. And the Iranian government is calculating that Trump will leave because he wants to get the war over with. He'll make some outrageous concession. There's such a difference between the way Trump has dealt with Iran and the way Obama dealt with Iran. Obama left their nuclear program completely intact. It was not weakened. Trump has devastated Iran's military, sunk its navy, destroyed its air force. Enormous damage has been done to its military infrastructure, its nuclear infrastructure. There's no comparison. This nation is a shadow of what it was before these two wars.
Great stuff. Fred Fleitz, Lieutenant Colonel Darren Gaub, Amir Fakhravar, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Good being.
Thanks, John.